Tomorrow night, families and friends will be getting together to celebrate the 4th of July. Whether you'll be putting on your own fireworks show or watching in the neighborhood, fireworks, sparklers, whatever it may be, can be dangerous if you do not know how to handle them properly. We want to introduce you now to District Chief Chris vonWiesenthal and Risk Reduction Director Alex Bregenzer with Spring Fire Department, who join me now. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, let's get to it with the obvious here. While fireworks are still not legal for some areas, sparklers and smaller fireworks are still widely used throughout our area. What are some of the common mistakes that people make when lighting sparklers or fireworks?
Well, the issue with sparklers is that really all it is burning metal on a stick. And a lot of people think that, well, it's not fireworks, but they're still very dangerous, and they tend to give them to the children, and children won't hold something still. They'll wave it around, and when they wave it around, typically you're going to have those metal pieces that were burning and are still very hot even though they're not lit, can end up getting in the eye, and every year there's lots of eye injuries and other types of injuries just from simple sparklers.
All right, so if people are planning to have their family or their friends over, what kind of setup should you have just to make sure you're safe?
Well, the fireworks are beautiful when they're displayed properly and safely. We're talking fireworks safety, and those two words are paradox. They're opposites. It's like jumbo shrimp and guest host. And fireworks and safety, you think, are on the other end of the spectrum, but the best way to use fireworks, if you're going to use them, is to do it safely. The most important thing is, after the fireworks are actually shot off, is the proper disposal of the fireworks, because the embers can be embedded in the cardboard that is part of the makeup of the fireworks, and you can have an ember last 48 hours even after the sparkler or the firework has gone off, and you put it in the trash and you put it inside your garage or your house, or next to the building or next to the car, and later all of a sudden there's a fire, and it can be a very unfortunate circumstance.
You mentioned some of the dangers out there. What are the most common calls that you guys respond to on the 4th of July?
A lot of times there are grass fires because people will shoot them off. The embers fall down into dry foliage, and it ends up igniting grass fires, which, when it's dry, as it is now, they tend to spread, and with the breeze, 10 to 15 miles an hour as we have now, and we'll have tomorrow, they'll spread pretty quickly. So it's important to call quickly. As soon as you end up seeing a fire, somebody needs to dial 911. Regardless of the jurisdiction, 911 covers the multi-county area that you guys cover.
Sounds good. Alex, talk to us about the Bucket Brigade. What is the initiative, and are there still buckets available?
So the initiative, right, the idea of a bucket brigade isn't something new, right? In the past, it's been volunteers, community members, helping firefighters put out fires. So this year, we're kind of repurposing that idea to make our communities safer in spring. So yes, they are still available today and tomorrow, so the 3rd and the 4th. What we're going to do is we're going to deliver these out to the community primarily at fireworks stands. So these buckets are going to be free to anybody that needs them. If you can't find one of our buckets, feel free to use any bucket that you have available. The idea is simple, right? We're trying to make things simple and convenient for folks. So when you buy your fireworks, put them in the bucket, right? Take them home in the bucket, leave them in the bucket until you're ready to set them off. When you set them off, obviously take the fireworks out of the bucket and then fill the bucket with water. Enough water that can cover all of the fireworks that you have. So when you set them off, right, have fun, enjoy them. But like Chief said, dispose of them properly, put them in that bucket filled with water, soak them completely through for at least overnight. That way, those fires, those embers are completely out before you dispose of them properly the next day.
Okay, and just a quick question. I know you mentioned that you guys were going to be at fireworks stands if you want one of those buckets. Is there anything else you can do? Can you call the fire department directly if you'd like to get one of those?
So right now we're just delivering them out into the community at the fireworks stands. We're not going to be delivering them door to door or anything like that. We're just going to be trying to get our supply out into the community rather than having them at the stations.
And for people who want...
understanding that
Go ahead.
They can get their own bucket. Make sure it's a solid structure, not a very weak one, because you have some weight with the fireworks. But have a substantial bucket, or if you have a trash can, metal trash cans would be better, but most of them are rubber nowadays. And when you dispose of the fireworks at the end, you can put the fireworks in, but then take your garden hose, fill that trash can up with water above the surface of the fireworks, and just let it sit there for 24 to 48 hours, and you'll have a wonderful occasion to celebrate 4th of July and other holidays. But it's one of those things that if you don't do it right, things can go very wrong.
Very true. And if you want to celebrate but want to avoid the stress of fireworks, what are some alternate ways that you guys would advise folks to celebrate?
Right, so there's a lot of public fireworks shows. If you're worried about setting them off yourselves, feel free to go to those. Me personally, I'm going to be taking it easy. We're going to be having a cookout at the house, grilling burgers, hot dogs, and the like, and just taking some time with family. You can easily do that as an alternative to fireworks. Spend some time indoors. There's a lot of movies going on right now that you can go watch. But primarily, celebrate and enjoy the day, spend some time with family, and enjoy some good food.
The least expensive way to watch a fireworks show is to watch somebody else shoot their fireworks off. So find a parking lot, take the family, sit in it, and say, okay, look around. Obviously, you don't want too many close trees, but you'll be able to see a wonderful display and let other people spend their money, and you'll still be able to see the fireworks and have a great time, and you'll be safe because you're not the one having to expose yourself to the dangers of fireworks.
Spring Fire, gentlemen, thank you very much. Please stay safe out there.